Coming to you with another video. Shouts to the whole LDBC. So in this video, man, I just want to kind of tap into a previous video I made about the bad energy in Los Angeles that's going on right now. And I think that this latest news report kind of solidifies the energy that's going on in Los Angeles. So in this news report, they basically said that the Los Angeles Police Department has a gang problem. And we're not talking about the street gangs that exist in Los Angeles. We're talking about the basically gangs infiltrating the police force, and actually police officers fearing for their own lives if they didn't want to get put on to the gang, and I already knew that the cops are police or are gang members already. I mean, without this being internally, just how the cops move, they're the biggest gangs in that we have right now. They're an organized gang, but nonetheless they're still a gang, and they'll bang on you, and usually the way they bang on you results into death or you being severely injured, you know what I mean? But this report basically talked about an issue going on, and that the FBI had to get involved in the issue because of the simple fact that, people were actually, cops were actually complaining about, how the gang within the police force would vandalize their cars and do everything else like that, and also, of course, having tattoos. The gangs identified by having certain tattoos. I don't remember what tattoos they had, but yeah. But I always knew that, with cops, they're nothing but gang members, But I didn't know to the extent that they had ritualistic things being done that, basically shows that they would fit right alongside with street gangs if they didn't have the profile they had, and that's pretty unbelievable. But I guess now it just confirms the fact that they don't really screen these cops. I mean, they pretty much get, like, sometimes psychopaths to be cops, and that they basically, by them getting psychopaths, by them getting people who are, how should I put it, who basically are given free reign to do whatever they want and not suffer the consequences for doing those things, then it's all bad. And the whole thing about protecting and serving is, like, basically it goes out the door, because they're not going to protect and serve at all. They're pretty much going to terrorize, and they're going to terrorize legally, and they have been terrorizing, and they do it legally. But this is just another layer to that, and they specifically said the LAPD, and at the same time, I'm not saying woe is me at all, because we know that there are people out there who are doing bad things, who are committing crimes and doing other things. But at the same time, you know, it's like the people who are hired to protect and serve may not protect and serve you, you know. And that's pretty, it's pretty crazy, you know. The other thing is this. I'm of the opinion, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because of Trump's election, and him being in power, and I'm not blaming everything on him at all, but I'm pretty sure that in Orange County, there's organized gangs inside the police force who are skinhead related, who are related to, these far right, these nationalist groups. I'm pretty much like, I want to say 95% sure that exists in Orange County because, of just things that happen, uh, personal experiences myself, just minding my own business, sometimes I like to, roll around in a nice car sometimes, not all the time. I do this, but the time that I do this, it's almost like a 99% guarantee I'm going to get pulled over, and also even if I'm not driving, I'm still going to get pulled over, and when we get pulled over, it's just always a scene. The cop always have his hand on his pistol, like itching to shoot, you know. Um, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the whole police force is just, honestly, like how people say that the system needs to be reformed and stuff like that. You would have to, in order for reformation to happen, you would have to start out from the ground level. I mean, you would have to go from the roots, and the roots seem like that these people are not properly screened, and that they just let these guys join the police force who may have backgrounds that wouldn't really be like proper for cops, That's what I believe to be the case, And so, Thomas Sankara, he said something very, very like telling that actually, we can't, we basically what he said is pretty relevant today with the army and the police force. Is very, very relevant. So what he said is, a soldier without political or ideological training is a potential criminal. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. We see that every day, with these cops and these soldiers. Like, when you think about it, with Iraq and Afghanistan, there were videos of soldiers pissing on Afghans. There was a video that that admitted that they actually this one guy used to kill kids for fun. There was a video that in when they were in the Iraqi prison, they used to basically sodomize them, rape them, and do all kinds of sexual abuses, used to smile about it and stuff like that. And now we see this with the police force, same thing that Thomas Sankara said, is coming to pass with the police force, and just the other day, and this happened not too long ago. There was actually a I want to say that one police officer, he actually got he actually got caught raping a 15-year-old girl, you know. And I think this is the thing about these police officers, is that they're giving all this power. Trump has given them even more power, because he said that if someone basically has a problem, then they're able to escalate upon that problem, even on a higher level. So when Trump says things like this, you know police officers have every right to be afraid of civilians, because of the actions of their colleagues, and the things that they are doing. So with this being said, I just wanted to make a short video about this. I saw the report, and the report said indeed that Los Angeles Police Department has a gang problem, and the gang problem is not coming from these LA street gangs. It's coming from within the police department itself. So with that being said, all I can say to immigrants, because the ICE raids are coming, to my fellow immigrants out there, just keep your head up and stay safe. Try to stay out the way. Try to get your business done, but just really stay out the way. And to other minorities, who are here, I say the same thing to you too. Because especially if you're in LA right now, because things are really hitting the fan in LA. So with that being said, this is just what I always came to know about police officers. Judging by the police officers, like most of their actions, it is kind of safe to generalize them, at this point in time. Yeah, I may be wrong for generalizing them, but like quite a few, like quite a high percentage of police are into this kind of thing, and the ones who aren't into it, I'm sorry to say it, but they really don't have a voice, and they don't really hold any relevance, at this present time. Because if they did, then they would be able to they would be able to solve these problems. But with these problems going on, I think the best bet is to start from the bottom up. Just unroot the whole thing and start over again. But I know that ain't gonna happen. But Fuller signing out. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Enjoy.